Well, that was what an entrance that is. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Smashing Crossbar Podcast. Ben's just absolutely shat himself as he's trying to do the countdown to going live. 3, 2, 1, and drops his guts. That's fantastic.
I was about to say they can't hear it, but you could.
Oh, mate, Jesus Christ! As I was just trying about to get into it as well. Can't believe
it broke your composure.
Get hell. Welcome everyone. Anyway, to the let's say episode 2 of the 2022-2023 season of the A-League's men's competition. I'm your host Josh. Benny here as always. Him and his bowels anyway today.
Him, my bowels, my coffee, and finally FIFA 23.
Finally FIFA 23. Look at you go, mate. Welcome to everyone who has joined us in the chat already. Before we get started, big special shout out to Gabriel, my optometrist at Jesmond, our major sponsor. For all your eye care needs, be sure to go down and see those guys at Jesmond if you are in the Newcastle area. As well as those guys, big shout out to Save the Humans as well, who you may have heard if you were hanging around waiting for us to go live. Local band from Newcastle as well. Great bunch of lads, and their music is top notch. So if you haven't heard their stuff, be sure to go check it out. It is a pretty good mix up of, I suppose, Blink 182. Talking about Blink 182 coming back into the country in a couple of years.
Amongst all the other news that came out today.
Absolutely, yeah. Bit of a Blink 182 vibe. I sort of get out of it. 90s punk. That's good shit. Get onto it. It's you'll enjoy it.
For me, the big one was Angela Lansbury.
Yeah. Very true.
Tale as old as time, not as old as you.
Very true. As we said, guys, welcome to this episode. We will be talking a little bit of Paramount Plus, as we discussed in last week's episode. At the very end there, we would start off with that, and we'll dive into Gosford. If everyone went down, hope you've packed your towels, your floaties.
Fitting that you turn around and you open that segue with "Let's dive into what happened in Gosford."
Yeah, it was pretty.
Because I'm pretty sure everybody did.
I was sort of upset as well, leading into it, that I couldn't make it due to an engagement party and so forth. And we were all sitting there at the engagement party, and they're like, "Did they cancel it?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's been called off," and everyone's like, "Eh."
I know. I was getting asked by people at PAX, "Oh, is the game off? Is the game off?"
Unbelievable scenes. And then, we'll dive into a signing news at the Jets today. Tess Tamplin is coming home for another season at the Jets, which is fantastic news. And we'll talk a bit of this week, I suppose, coming into it, round 2 against Perth and so forth, and a few other bits and pieces. Anyway, we're going to get into it. Get everyone's thoughts on the new Paramount Plus season of Paramount Plus running the A-Leagues. What you guys thought so far after round 1, if you caught any of it over the weekend, and any promises that you may have seen that they've promised this year and either have or haven't delivered, or how you guys want to see it improve from last season and so forth. So, Benny, we'll kick it off with you, mate, because I know you've got plenty to talk about Paramount Plus.
I do.
May as well kick it off with what's some of the big things you've seen in round 1 compared to, let's say, last season?
Well, first things first. I don't know what it is, round 1 every year. I think the boys go away from Paramount Plus, and then when they come back, fucking 4 months later, they've forgotten what they have to do. So the teething problems that we started with last year's, like, I don't know, swearing in the middle of commentary, disjointed audio, quality issues, they were all rife in the first week, as always. And then after the first game, within minutes, actually before the first game had even finished, there was already people on absolutely slamming what was going on. The big one for me in this situation is that the slamming came a week and a half before the actual launch of the season. So Paramount came out last season and they said, for season 2, we will have VOD. which is viewer on demand for those that don't know. You pause, you rewind, you start it whenever you fucking want, like the other streaming services do. So a week and a half before the season comes out, Paramount Plus posted on their official Twitter that would not be happening for the first game of the season. They are still in the phase of testing it in-house.
Yep. Fair enough.
So, there's a couple of factors to this. One, they've heard us. Two, they're actually doing it. Three, it's in a well enough state that they are at the point where they can test it in-house.
Very true.
They did come out and specifically apologise to all the A-League fans that it would not be there for the first part of the season. They didn't say when it would be rolled out in an official capacity.
Yep.
But they did say that for the first part of the season, it will not be there.
There you go.
One, give them credit where credit's due. They've actually come out before the start of the season and say, hey guys, it's not going to be ready, but we are working on it. So take that. You know, it's not so much of a, well, it's not coming this whole entire season because we haven't looked at it yet. It's coming. Yep. It's in beta. It's in test. So they are actively working on it to get it rolled out.
Yeah.
Obviously, their timeline's up the shit. But I'll give them credit where credit's due, and I'll give them, they had the balls to come out on their social media and say that it's not going to be ready.
Yep. Yep.
And of course, they copped a lot of flack for that.
Yeah. There's going to be, again, as we said last season, there will be massive teething problems. It's going to happen. It is, as you said, how quickly they can fix it, but not only how quickly they can fix it, but how they fix it. You know, you don't want, as I said, we want it.
You don't want a half-baked product.
Yeah, we want it quickly fixed, but we don't want to be we don't want it to be too quick where there is more issues.
That's right.
This, so fingers crossed they get it all sorted. They tick all the I's and cross their T's and so forth with the issues that they've had, and they're trying to resolve. The fact, as you said, that they can do it in-house is great. Yeah.
And there's no doubt that they would have been using it in-house for the games this weekend to test how it's going to work in a live broadcast capacity. It's easy to do it for a product that's already baked in, like an uploaded episode of something, whatever, That's easy. That's easily accomplished. But to do it in a broadcast setting for a live streamed product, they can't just randomly pull a fucking test stream like we can do on Twitch. Somebody's gonna fucking notice it. You know what I mean?
Like, but dropping the F-bomb and friggin' trying to cover it up.
Yeah. So, but again, the viewpoint from a general consumer is that's not good enough. You know what I say to you, to the general consumers that are whinging about it?
Yeah.
Take your $6 a month back and go and get yourself a fucking Happy Meal.
I want a Happy Meal.
She's just come blasting through the door going, I want a Happy Meal. Take your $6 a month back because we all know you're cheapskates and you're using your freaking membership code to pay for it.
Yeah.
So it's not the, 9 odd or 10 odd that it normally is.
Well,
take your $6. I mean, what sort of a product do you want for $6 a month? Like, we were discussing this prior to stream. Your partner turns around and goes that she wants Netflix. To get that on 2 screens, she's got to pay $17.
Okay.
What more do you want?
The thing is, though, like you're talking about people, like let's make that clear and obvious. People will whinge about what they're getting on a TV service and what they're getting on TV in general, quality rise, delays or whatever. Can we stop and realise that there was only one game that cracked over 10,000 at a stadium
Yeah.
all weekend?
In general, it definitely wasn't that one.
Stop having a whinge and get off your ass and go to the game and watch it live.
Mm.
You don't get much better than that. You know what I mean? Like, I know myself, I would rather go watch a game. It doesn't matter who it is.
Cost you $10
You know what I mean?
more to buy a ticket than what it does for you to pay for it on Paramount Plus.
If that, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. You know, your kids are with the Jets. You know, Jets are lucky enough. I'm not sure about every other club's memberships and so forth, but kids go free under 12.
I think Western are doing it now.
Yeah,
I think I saw something about it today.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but just get to the games. I think. Well, there's talk. There's no official number, but they believe that our numbers are around 6,000. Pardon me.
That's not bad.
In membership sales.
That's good considering we haven't even kicked a ball yet.
Yeah, but again, it's the same. But my problem is it's the same 6,000 every year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the same 10-year serving members.
It's your me, it's your yous, it's your Lukes, it's your fucking...
It's your people that go to the game every week who don't care about what they see on TV because they don't care because they're going to be there live to watch it.
Yeah.
Your diehards that travel nearly every game, whether it be home or away. Your Matty Vandenbergs, your Dylan Watkins, and like whoever else gets along there that I haven't mentioned. I'm not ruling anyone else out. I just don't want to sit here for hours because I know there is a lot that when I go to away days, they're the same people every week.
Vandy and Dill. Generally the first two that come to mind.
Absolutely. So yeah, as I said, there's going to be issues with Paramount. It's just going to be a trial and error. See what happens. See if they can fix it, when they can fix it. And if
not so much when they can fix it, it's more when they're at a stage where they're happy with it enough to be able to officially roll it out.
They was a bit expensive. Then they go Paramount saying it's shit because it's cheap.
No, they're not saying it's shit because it's cheap. You got to remember, it's being broadcast on a product that's been in Australia less than 12 months.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, he's not far from the truth. Like it's not.
They did whinge about KO.
I know what you're saying.
I never had fucking KO because I thought it was fucking expensive.
Yeah, it's the thing. Like $25.
But I had Foxtel, so...
Yeah, but at the same time, they didn't really have any issues. But at the same time, as you said, they were backed by Fox. There shouldn't be any issues.
Yeah.
With a service that's been broadcasting.
Oh no, they've been doing it for donkeys.
That's right. So there should be no the teething problems were in 2005, 2006.
Yeah, which they worked out the kinks on other sports that they were broadcasting.
Absolutely.
Your crickets and your fucking not AFL. Was it? No, AFL's Telstra.
But yeah, so anyway, look, regardless, we can go on about Paramount, but let's just wait and see what happens.
Basically, my be-all and end-all to this Paramount rant is the same thing that I said last year. You're paying fuck all for it, stop complaining.
It costs you $80 at a maximum, at the end of the day.
Cheapskates are getting it for $6 a month with their fucking membership. Stop complaining.
Yeah, I think it's like $75.
You want to complain? Get your $6 worth. Go watch NCIS or some shit.
That you're probably freaking paying over a 10 monthly installments. So, go figure. Anyway, we'll move off that. We'll talk a bit of football. The one thing I think that caught my eye over the weekend, I didn't catch a great deal of football, especially on the Saturday night because I was out. Obviously, missed the Big Blue, cracking game from what I've been told.
Yeah,
back and forth, plenty of goals and stuff like that, which was good to see. But I think the biggest one for me, talking point, is the fact that Wellington Phoenix are now looking to try and challenge a 3-match ban for their debutant.
Yeah.
Who, honestly, from what I've seen of it, almost broke his leg.
Yeah.
So good luck trying to overturn that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think there was one last year, the year before, that got overturned by Central Coast. I think
friggin' one every year.
Oh no, there hasn't been too many. It's been a judiciary overturned. I think there was who was it? Bloody Rolls.
By Rolls,
Yeah,
yeah.
Rolls. Rolls. He got his overturned. I think it was last
Roy
year.
tried his a couple of years back.
Yeah, but again, never getting off that. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Surely there is no way that you can get overturned. In saying that though, friggin' there was a red card in the local NPL. I don't know if anyone's seen that. New Lambton versus Maitland in the local NPL grand final. Maitland went down to 10 men.
Yeah.
Yeah. After the game, 2 days later, went to judiciary, and it has been overturned because Mummy, again, only what I've been told, Mummy went in there with video footage and they overturned the red card decision. So he's not suspended for round 1 next year. He's free to play. Go figure. Now,
That's funny.
I thought the referee's decision was final. I didn't believe.
Obviously, mum's the word.
I didn't think it was a red card to start with. I think it was a yellow. But at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if the referee's called red card, that's it. End of story. Why are you getting mum to come in or whatever to try and get your shit overturned or whatever? It's bloody ridiculous.
Look, in the case of Wellington, I've seen the challenge back because I watched it back. I didn't actually watch that game, but I saw the challenge because, of course, it was everywhere fucking online. I looked at the challenge from multiple angles. Intentional, no. Painful, yes. Worthy of a red, yes. Worthy of a 3-match red, no.
Yeah.
1 week, yes. 2 at a push.
Yeah. Look,
It by no means was intentional.
Poor bloke did slip. Wellington, I feel like it's a tough one. Ended up becoming dangerous. But was it his fault? It's not so much it is. It's not even that anymore. It's the end of the day. You've gone in, and there was no reaction. Now, this is the biggest problem. I know if I'm going in for a tackle, again, I'm only speaking to myself. If I'm going in for a tackle, regardless of whether I'm about to make contact and can't help it, I'm instantly trying to drag my legs back. There was none of that. His legs were in that straight position the whole time.
Yeah, it was falling. He can't pull them back.
So yeah,
once he's lost his footing and his center of balance has gone behind him, he's fucked. He can't pull his legs back.
But that's the thing. They're not going to. That's the thing. Then that's for me is why being in a judiciary situation, you can't overrule it.
No, you can't. You can't overturn the entire card because it doesn't matter whether he meant it, whether it's intentional or not. The challenge itself is deemed dangerous, whether he intended it or not. It's not a 3 red. It's a 1 red.
Yeah, it should be
because they can't pull it back. Like, you know what I mean? In the end of the day, the tackle was still dangerous. Doesn't matter whether he intended it for it to be or not, or what position his body was left in. Like, there's a lot of factors to it. It's not worth 3 matches. It's but again, it's a red for dangerous conduct. It's 1 match.
Yeah. Yeah. So at the end of the day, he should be getting 1 match. If they can get it downgraded, happy days. Yeah, it happens in the rugby league. They get like it's like a point system or something like that where they get leeways and you know what I mean, like depending on for how many matches and that. If they're a serial offender, well then they cop the bigger sentence because they know you should know better. They've been there plenty of times. But if you first time offence, 100%. It should be just 1. You know, as a standard red card, you get red carded. It's 1 week. Bang. Thanks for coming. Anyway, that's that. Talking about Wellington and Jets news at the same time. Lucas Moragas, I think Luke just touched on it then. Started in the left back position for Wellington on Sunday. Looked good, and obviously it's good to see. Regardless of whether we've got him on loan and everything else, you know, he's still representing the Jets in some sense. So as long as he's playing at the best his ability, that's all we can ask for. If he's not wearing the Jets shirt this season, so good on him. He looked good. And, Wellington honestly didn't look that bad either, to be honest.
No, they didn't. People underrate Wellington every year.
Yeah, no, they got a pretty good side this year, to be honest. They're
they're up there. They're definitely
Oh.
top 6 material.
they can definitely crack the 6. That is for sure.
Squad they've got, if they click together, right? I reckon they can crack top 4.
Yep. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I totally agree with that. Other news around Australia and Australian football and everything else. Matilda's finally got a win against Denmark. Congratulations to the
3-1.
girls. I think it was like 9 years or something like that.
Fucking Gorry with the screamer.
Yeah, dead set screamer. It was a beauty.
It was fucking
Very
magic.
Good. Denmark, from what I could see, weren't at definitely like a weakened side as well. They definitely had some of their decent plays there, so it's not like we sort of won on a technicality.
By default.
They
2 greatest words in the English language.
Yeah. So good luck to the good on the girls for getting the victory. The under-17s killing it. Everton, 23-0 at one point there.
Yeah.
10-0 or something the following week, and then beating China 3-1 or whatever in the final game or something. So boys doing well there, which is good to see. Archie Goodwin being called up again, good to see.
Archie boy.
For a bloke who didn't get much game time for us last year, I can't remember who it was.
He'll get more this year.
Like that, saying something about growing pains or something like that. I'm like, Jesus Christ, my 6-year-old's got growing pains and she still goes to school. Calm down. Surely you can get on the paddock. You'll be right. You're a professional athlete. Growing pains aren't going to stop you.
Yeah.
What do we got here? Archie Goodwin selected for the M20. Yep, there we go. Just spoke about that. Good on you. All over it. Thanks, Matty. What else was there before we sort of get into the nitty gritty of the Jets and everything else? I think that's.
A-League commentator tries to talk his way out of swearing during a game.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, we touched on that in the Paramount section, but
fucking funny, cunt.
He was very quick to try and apologise not apologise, try and backtrack and say it was.
Yeah, sweep it under the rug.
He didn't do it, and it was a. Can't remember exactly what he tried to say. He said,
mate, it's your voice. We fucking heard you.
Yeah, I think what was it? I think he said it was like, "Phew." It's what come out of his mouth, but everything, the background noise and everything else, shitty Paramount. Obviously, he's working for him. He's blaming Paramount for bloody coverage.
Well, I'll tell you what, mate. Me and you both know. You sit in front of a microphone long enough, you're going to be real careful. Doesn't matter whether it's on or off.
100%, absolutely. So he'll be right. He'll dust himself off, and he'll be back. He'll be back at the He'll be back next.
He'll get a slap on the wrist. They'll give him 2 weeks on holiday, and he'll be back.
Probably a little slap on the bum. He probably enjoyed it, and he'll be. I won't give him a week off. Surely he'll be back. He'll be commentating one of the games this week for sure. Anyway, guys, which one of you guys went down to Gosford? Did anyone go down to Gosford?
Did anyone survive? Did anyone take their floaties?
Did anyone travel down to Gosford to go for a swim? Could have stayed at home, done it at Lambton Pool or something like that. But for those who went down to Gosford and braved the wet and everything else just to see Matty Simon say his goodbyes and tear up and everything else.
Friggin' Laurie was there.
Of course he was there, mate. It was Old Boys Day.
Yeah.
All the old... Mate, Josh Rose was there, and friggin' Gumprecht, and mate, bloody.
Oh, who was the other one? So Michael McGlinchey was there. Friggin' Melissa Josky.
Yeah, Sasha.
Yeah, Sasha Petrosky.
Yeah, Millie Petrosky. You go.
No, Mile Stujovski.
Stujovski, yeah. Sasha's a girl's name. I said that to Laurie. I said, just remind him.
Just remind him it's a girl's name.
Yeah.
Every time we see him.
I'm like, hope you're enjoying yourself, mate. Brave in the wet, and just remember to let Sasha know that it's still a girl's name. His instant reply was just, "Will do." Happy days. Good to see you. You can still have a laugh. Oh yeah, Aiden went to Melbourne. Obviously, he was down there for PAX.
I tell you what, it wasn't that much drier fucking down here, right?
Yeah, it's pretty wet down there, I believe, as well, isn't it?
Oh, we flooded Friday before PAX. The rumpus behind me.
Oh wow!
It was under a fucking foot of water before I even got on a train to go to PAX.
That's right. You were saying that. Freaking hell. So yeah, good on you guys. Absolutely drenched. I can't believe they went out at times when they did, you know what I mean? Oh, we'll give it half an hour. What do you think's going to happen in half an hour?
That pitch ain't going to not waterlog in half an hour.
You know, Jesus Christ. Well, what were they thinking? They were training. Some of the photos of the Jets guys, the Jets cameraman and that got training in the freak, mate. There was water flying over their heads and everything. Mate,
you can't do that. That's dangerous to the players.
That's thick. That was thick.
That's dangerous to the players.
What about Jenko? Freaking Jenko's old man comes out, travels freaking halfway around.
Oh yeah, poor prick.
Sitting there wondering what he's rocked up to. He goes, Jesus Christ! I thought we had it rough in England playing in the wet. Fuck.
Nah, I tell you what, they'll throw him on a flight. He'll make the Perth game.
So, well, you won't fly him on. They don't have to fly him anywhere. He's at home, mate.
Oh yeah.
Perth at home. You'll be here for the week, you'd imagine. So, I'm sure he'll come out here for a couple of days.
Oh yeah. Yes, I did see that, Matty.
What's that?
Best part about going to Gosford was seeing the Jets players come and acknowledge the fans that turned up.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's you know what should have happened, and it was good to see that it did, and they sort of didn't go back into the sheds, which would be understandable. Flocking down with rain, freezing cold, fair enough. But at least they come over and had acknowledged the fans and everything else, which is great to see. The biggest talking point from that is the simple one: is when's the rematch? When are we going to see the rematch played? For me, as I said to Ben, I couldn't believe it wasn't played tonight.
Yeah.
Or Tuesday, considering that the boys, either side, hadn't played a season opener yet. They're still fresh. They'd be eager as hell to get on the pitch, and they still would have had a couple of days, a good couple of days to recuperate before playing on Saturday for the Jets. I'm not sure exactly when the Central Coast are playing, but
or who they're playing, or it's more where they're playing. If we were both playing locally, again, then I would have done it during this week. Josh was a sook, so I didn't go.
What?
Apparently you were a sook.
Oh, Matty.
We play them round 7 anyways, but it's still a game that needs to be made up.
At least I know who's going to drive me to the away days. Hey, Matty. I'll come with you. I'll hold your hand, mate. You just got to drive. But yeah, so for me, I don't know. It's you were saying you think it might be in that international break for the World Cup, which
like very early on.
Yeah. For me,
like the Tuesday or the Wednesday after the Sunday.
We play them round 7 anyway. Yeah, but it's not the matter that we play them in round 7. We play them in like the last round of the season as well. Yeah. But it needs to be played, and you don't want to be playing them in 4 weeks. Like, you know what I mean? I think the Coast game, round 7, is literally the last game before, or it might be the first game back from the World Cup. The last one for it or something. Yeah.
I don't have the fixture in front of me.
No, even do I. So, anyway, if anyone wants to have a look at it, feel free. The Jets have 2 Beckers. Yeah, they do, Matty. Very
Becker
good.
M and Becker. Yeah, B1 and B2.
B1 and B2. As I said, I'm going to rock up in pajamas. If anyone wants to rock up as B2.
Bananas in pajamas, mate. Oh, I can't imagine the amount of people that will have already thought of that.
Oh, hundreds. well, close to at least 6,000, I think. At least.
Oh, that's all right. You get B1, B2, and you get somebody to dress up as a leprechaun for fucking Brandon O'Neill.
Leprechaun, far out. That's funny. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that one. The fixture, I'd be wanting to play it as soon as possible. I wouldn't want to be dragging it out any longer or.
No, of course not.
Season's end. I want to be able to get it out of the way while you're still fresh and there's no injuries at this point that can disrupt it. But at the end of the day, I don't make the decision.
Use it as a game for momentum.
Yeah, or at least let us know when it is. I mean, I just can't believe that at worst.
I don't even think they know when it is yet.
Probably, well, obviously not.
Because they've got to talk. They've got to talk with them. They're going to talk with the friggin' APL. They've got to talk with the clubs. They've got to talk with They've got to talk with Paramount about broadcasting for it. Like, there's a lot of keys to that cog. Yeah,
and we'll see what happens. There's plenty to talk about, and in regards to them, obviously trying to work out when they want to play it and so forth, and when the grounds are going to be available. And
that's the other thing. Ground availability.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll sort it out. I have good faith that we'll get the game in.
Well, it's got to be at the coast, and nobody plays at the fucking Blue Tongue, so.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much it. So there's plenty of time to get it there, which is a good thing, I suppose, as long as the pitch isn't waterlogged. Again, apparently there was plenty of, according to Central Coast media and Central Coast fans and everything else, there was plenty of Jets fans that booed Matty Simon on Saturday night whilst he was saying his farewells and so forth. You know,
Pack it in, boys.
I understand the situation being, yes, he's a coastie, he's a one-eyed coastie, you know, didn't go anywhere else.
That needs an absolute flog.
Yeah, exactly right. He's dead set flog.
But you respect the person.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You definitely got to respect his career. It was a big one. It was a long one. Lucky for him, injuries didn't catch up to him until right at the end. And you know, it just shows that how much the Central Coast, you know, love him. I suppose, you know, like the board and everything else, they gave him absolutely every chance to try and get back and play. You know, where they probably could have let it go earlier to say, you know, look, mate,
you're done.
Thanks for everything, but we just can't afford to wait and see if you're going to be fit enough or whatever it is. You know, they let him sort of go out in his own terms and sort of realise himself that was it, and it just wasn't going to happen. So for that, you've got to sort of give the Coast credit because, you know, I don't think we've really seen that at the Jets over the years. We haven't been in that somewhat position.
Hate the player, but respect the career.
Yeah, exactly right. You know what I mean? Like, shit. You know, again, Ben's going to freaking sit there and roll his eyes and carry on and freaking have a look at me going, you fucking idiot. But at the same time, as much as I gave freaking Kanarowski shit, he deserves a send-off. He deserves everything that, you know, as a Novocastrian and for pretty much the leading appearances at the club. He deserves a send-off and he deserves to be recognised for everything that he's done at the club. And for them to virtually, again, if it comes out and it does happen and they've got plans to do something for him, that's fantastic, and I hope they have. But I sort of, yeah, if they haven't, I'd be pretty disappointed because as much as I gave him shit, and it's not so much shit, I suppose. You know, I just wanted him to play. If he wasn't going to play, we had to let him go. But
who are you talking about?
Canner.
Who?
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
It's not having a dig, it's just banter.
There's always one.
It's banter.
But you know what I mean. But again, he's a long servant. He's finished his career,
100%.
And he deserves to be recognised for everything he's done. You know, number 5 shirt, boom, straight away, straight to somebody else. He's had that for a long time, and you know, just little things like that. I don't know. It's just something that we need to be doing as a club. You know, regardless of who it is, regardless of any club. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel that you should be recognising these players, regardless of how much you hate the Coast and everything else. They're long servants in regards to Matty Simon. You know, it's going to be no different for Sydney FC when bloody Wilco decides to hang up the boots. You know, City's got bloody... Anyway, City, who's their captain for City? Friggin' the old bloke. He's been there forever. I can't remember his name. Anyway, that bloke. But you know, blokes like that who have been there for donkeys and shit like that.
Yeah.
For me, good on the Coast. We're rambling on a bit now, but you know, good on the Coast for giving him his due, and for the Jets fans that sort of booed him, you know, pretty piss poor. Boo him while he's playing, 100%. Give him as much shit as you possibly can. But
yeah,
for Christ's sake, let him have his moment.
Yeah.
You know, the game's not even going ahead. It's flogging down rain. You know what I mean? They didn't even think to sort of go, maybe we move it. But you know, they sort of went with it and fuck it, we're all here.
And again, they do it at a derby game. What do they expect?
Yeah, exactly right, which is the right thing to do. But you know, anyway, moving on from that. But yeah, good luck to him in his endeavours. I'm sure Laurie McKinnon, being the mayor of Gosford, they might get him in to be the Lord Mayor of Woy maybe. It might be a job for him. the king of Woy Woy. The wizard, I should say. The wizard of Woy Woy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They're going to put him in as the Lord Mayor of fucking Woy Woy, and he's going to wave his magic wand and make all the rain disappear.
That's right. Yes, Jammer. Yeah, Scotty Jamerson. But again, a long servant as well and stuff like that. And again, somebody who deserves a send off.
Hmm.
You know, Josh Rose got one at the coast. You know, he got his plaque and his 5 minutes or whatever it is to say goodbye to the fans and everything else. So, you know, if you serve the club as long as some of these boys have, no different to Boogs as well. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, just like things like that they should be doing. Boogs has got his awards, his ceremony, or whatever his award that he's got after him or some shit. But for me, we should be standing up, having a minute or whatever to be able to congratulate him,
acknowledge it.
Absolutely. Anyway, move on from that. But again, if anyone disagrees, well, fair enough.
I don't disagree with it at all.
No, I don't know. I'm just very much in regards to that.
It's always going to be one set of fucking idiots, though.
Yeah, of course, and yeah,
it doesn't matter whether it's him or whether it's fucking Boogs or whether it's I don't know, and Andrew Naboo. Doesn't matter who the fuck it is. You're always going to get it.
Absolutely, we should have had a party for Andrew Gould fucking going to Europe. Like shit, didn't even think of that.
Rose Donovan was on Paramount Plus coverage last weekend, mate. And you know what? That's where I'm sad that I can't fucking pause or rewind. Just stare at that fucking beautiful man all day.
Far out. Yeah, good old Roy. Hopefully he goes around again next year at Sydney.
He will.
Laurie at the helm as CEO of Sydney Olympic, and Roy there and everything else. It's big things coming at the at Olympic. It's good to see for Sydney.
Well, considering the shitstorm they've just been through.
Exactly right. Very true. Anyway, that moves us on to this week's game. Talking about football, the Jets at home. Finally, it's been a while. Perth Glory. What can you say?
The return of Johnny K.
What could you say? Perth Glory could have lost the last 8 games, but there's no way in hell you'd bet your house on freaking the Jets beating them in that regard.
Nah, not a chance.
So,
not a chance.
The fact that they're coming off a loss, that's nothing whatsoever.
I can see the banana skin from here.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. I don't know what it is with Perth. I don't know. They as I said, they could have lost every game all season. For some reason, they freaking just rock up against us. I don't know what the
incoming Zad's lads.
Yeah, Zad's lads, yes. Very true.
Zad's lads and the return of Johnny K.
So that's a 5 p.m. kickoff on Saturday night, which is fantastic. Loving the 5 o'clock kickoffs. It's a great time for football. You can get in, arvo beers, game's over by 7 o'clock. You can kick on or you can go home. Happy days. Oh,
don't worry about that.
Benny's got something over my face. Just
nah, it's my computer. It has easy fit with something every now and then.
Yeah, it's alright. Just censoring over my face. That's what we do. Yeah, who's getting along to that one? Anyway, who's coming along to that one? I'll be there. I'm sure my wife and everyone else will be there. Maddie.
I'll be there in spirit.
That's it. Flights are too expensive for Ben to come up these days.
Yeah, it's not so much the flights, it's the fucking time. You know what it's like at I'll work this time of year.
That's all right, mate. It's fucking up Friday arvo. It's Saturday 5 o'clock kickoff, mate. No Sunday. Boom. Excuses, mate.
Jets fans will find a way to complain about the kickoff time. Of course they will.
Mate, if they complain about 5 p.m. kickoff with a family friendly time, even on Sunday at 3 o'clock, I think that's the best thing that's happened in years. Freaking love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. I can go to the game in Sydney, go to Macarthur, watch the game.
The only thing I don't like about fucking 3 o'clock Sunday kickoffs is that I'm sitting in this chair for 4 hours. You know what that means?
Yeah. Yeah, but for everyone else out there who can travel by car down to Sydney and Macarthur and in an hour or so, it's fantastic because the game's over at 5 o'clock. Pick the kids up some Maccas on the way home. They're asleep by the time you get home.
Yep, throw them out the car, into bed.
Done. Fantastic. And it's like 7 o'clock before, 7 o'clock, 100% you're home. Happy days.
Oh, shut it, Luke.
It's too hot at 3 p.m. Yeah, true. Yeah, it's too much. It's too bright. It's too bright.
Oh, I got no shade in the Western stand.
Oh, mate, far out. Mate, 6,000 members. I don't think you're going to be missing out on a friggin' seat up in the shade somewhere. You'll be right.
Nah. Better late than never, lads. I'll have to watch from the beginning later.
Cheers, Elliot. Welcome,
Cheers
mate.
out.
Welcome, mate. Yeah, just talking a bit of Paramount Plus and the swimming.
Yeah, that's right. Blame it on Duncan. Doesn't matter what it is, just blame it on Duncan. The whipping boy.
Far out.
They hired a new kit man yet?
Yeah. Young, friggin' one of the boys from bloody. He left.
Oh, that's right. I did see it.
What's his name? Friggin' the sports apparel.
Click. Yeah. Click.
Click.
Yeah.
Left that shit and everything else. So yeah, they've got a new kit man, which is happy days. I
actually seriously looked at that job when you sent it to me, and I actually seriously considered it. And I went, I'm earning more than what I am now.
And play and Paramount Plus. Yeah, there you go. On the Western Stand, the Arvo gains $50 fee. The sunblock boy. Ginger problems like. Far out. Yeah. So anyway, if you do see me, come over, have a beer. More than happy to have a beer. I'll probably try and get down to the pub somewhere beforehand and whatever. But yeah, more than happy to have a chat and talk some football and everything else. Any questions, any ideas, any topics for next week's show, whatever, let us know. I'm happy to hear all of it. We're just sort of here because
nobody else is doing it.
We like to talk, and yeah, we ramble on and stuff like that. We really need to probably sit down and structure the show a lot, but it is what it is, I guess. Until we sort of get some access and everything else, we'll just ramble on.
If.
Yeah.
An if, not a when, an if.
Very much an if. Very much an if. What else was I going to say? I was going to say something just then. I can't remember what it was.
You know the rules, Aiden. You know the rules. We don't deal in gossip.
So I heard back in. Yeah, right. There you go. No idea.
If you start a sentence with apparently or I heard, fat chance you're gonna get anything out of us with it.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I haven't heard anything about the active. I haven't heard any plans. No idea who's running the show. Honestly, don't care who's running the show. And I know that I'm a Jets member and I should care and everything else, but I just don't. The active is shit. The active's dead. It's been dead for years. And they're going to sit back there and go, well, if you think it's dead, you freaking come and run it then. I'm not coming and run it because I know it's dead and nothing I'm going to do is going to change that.
Correct.
So, therefore, I'm just going to sit up on the hill and
enjoy my beer.
Drink my beer and freaking watch the boys hopefully get victories each week. That's pretty much where I'm at with it. I personally made it because my memberships, I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want, not an active support membership or anything like that. I just want to be able to sit with the family, with some friends, watch the footy, go on. So,
agreed, Elliot.
For me, away days are where it's at. I want to get some good away days this year, and cheer on the.
To be fair, away days in Melbourne are always good.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know whether I'll get there this year, Melbourne wise, just because Christmas and shit.
Yeah.
I'm spewing that Adelaide's in between Christmas and New Year's. That sort of shit me up the wall.
Yeah.
So I think
normally they do Christmas, New Year's, Melbourne. They'll go back to back to back.
Yeah. Definitely doing Brisbane. That's for sure. Just because it's at Easter and we're going to go up there for Easter. See a couple of mates up there that I haven't seen for a while.
Yeah,
Brownie, make sure it's ready.
That won't happen for me. Again, it's Easter. It's too close to my birthday.
Hey, gives it. Mate, you're old. No one cares about your birthday anymore. Done.
My kids tend to give a fuck, even if I don't. Even if I don't. I'd love to do Perth this year, but again, I should have already started fucking organising it. It would be Perth in like the second half of the year. Or second half of the season.
Yeah. Kind of died. I've lost hope on the active.
It was long dead before the squadron.
Yeah. Yeah. Plenty of people
I think the
tried.
squadron was around when I first came in. You'd like to travel to Melbourne or Geelong? Oh, Amy Park.
Yeah.
Geelong's a fucking prick to get to. Even though it's closer, it's a prick to get to. Because you can't, you are forced to drive. You are forced to drive. On the other hand, though, it's always good to walk in Western United supporters' fucking pub and drink with them.
That is true. That is true.
They do not give a flying fuck. They welcome us with open... I don't know about the rest of the Jet supporters, but when me and Josh go down, they welcome us with open arms. And nobody looks at us sideways.
Nah, they're a good bunch.
Nobody ever looks at us sideways.
Good bunch down there, males, females, a lot of them there.
Fuck, we even march with them.
Yeah, they're good. That's the thing, though. That's what I love about away days and stuff like that. It's not, I mean, I'd rather sit with the other supporter groups. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just good. Like, you know what really drilled home? When I talk about football, I watched the Sydney documentary, Sydney FC documentary on Netflix.
I haven't started watching it yet.
Oh, sorry, Paramount. Sorry, Paramount.
I haven't started watching it yet.
I don't know if there's any more episodes. I know there's 2 at least. So I watched both the 2, and it was fantastic. It was fantastic to watch. Really good insight into the club and everything else. Even their fans getting involved. Could you imagine? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's sad. It's sad to think. How could you imagine doing that with the Jets?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What footage could you take of it? It's got to be old footage.
Yeah, that's right. There's been nothing over the past, 5 years, aside from maybe a couple of snippets on the run to the grand final in 2018?
That's it, you know?
Maybe?
Super deal. Like, there was a girl, one of the girls talking.
Yeah.
There's one of the female fans talking, and one of the boys. And, you know, it'd be Matty Vandenberg and Dylan Watkins, and that'd be it. You know, they talk, and it's just a shame. It's just a shame to see, because I know they were saying something about it, saying that Sydney isn't the only club that's involved doing this. There's going to be, you know, others, other clubs doing documentaries. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
You wouldn't do one on ours.
Nah.
No, we'd never get one, Luke, for the simple fact that the people that are running the club know that there is nothing there to be able to do it.
Well, that's true.
But at the same point as well, if you did do one, it may bolster the promotion and marketability to outside funding, and it's a coin. It's a coin. There's good and bad.
Yep. So Steve Corrick is saying the F word more than... Yeah, but that's fantastic. It
shows
really
passion.
It was really a really good insight into the club and what's actually said on game days and everything else. You know what I mean? Like, there's no roses. It had friggin' Sydney FC. I just said his name. Friggin'
Corica.
No. The captain. Friggin'
Wilco.
Wilco. You know, he come into the change rooms and they were 1-0 down or something like that, and he lost his trolley at everybody. Like, you know, boys, that's fucking piss poor. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Wake the fuck up. What the hell are we doing here? You know, like...
I can take that and just apply it to all the Welcome to Wrexham that I'm currently watching, because it's no different when Phil Parkinson gives them a rub down at fucking half time. They even have a meter for every time he says an F-bomb.
That's good. That's a good one, though.
Welcome to Wrexham?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking min.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, shock footballer coach swearing. Yeah, exactly.
Gee. Can't half tell I was a footballer once.
Yeah,
Every second word.
It was good. It's really good insight, even down to the CEO and everything else.
Yeah.
Like talking about the board, even in the boardroom, discussing when, you know, Sydney was struggling.
Well, that board's been there a very long time.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I think he was 4 games on the bounce without a win and stuff like that. And, you know, them talking about possibly sacking him, you know, in his final year, no contract renewed and stuff like that. But openly talking about it on, you know, and putting it into the documentary. Yeah. Fantastic. It's good to see the facilities, man. There's new facilities.
Oh, it's
shit. At Sky Park, I think it's called now. Sky Park.
Yeah.
Wow. Not the stadium. Like, the core stadium's freaking nuts.
Yeah.
But their new training facility is top notch.
Mm.
It's really good to see. And
Like Western
So,
Sydney
yeah.
Wanderers when they built theirs 2 years ago.
yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good to see whatever team comes next.
Western's is going to be massive as well.
Yeah.
They've broke ground on that. I've driven past it a few times on my way home from work, and fuck me, they're moving on it.
Yeah, it's got to be
They're
fun.
really moving on it now.
Yeah. But again, I think the biggest thing as well is the amount of crap that Western United were getting about, freaking stadiums and where they were playing football and stuff like that. Sydney was no different. Sydney played most of their games for the last 2 years.
Yeah, everywhere else.
Wollongong and friggin', no name parks.
Yeah, look, go back to when Western Sydney Wanderers were playing out of friggin' Winless. We
Yeah.
dubbed it.
Yep.
They were fucking shocking when they were playing at Spotless Stadium.
Yep.
And again, Western United won the leagues as nomads. They don't have a home.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the news is for the Western United Stadium. I like each team having their own stadiums. I would agree. Again, another good thing. Thank God fucking Brisbane are out of Suncorp. It's too big. They don't need it.
Brisbane are back in Suncorp. They're playing 90% of their games at Suncorp this year.
Kick them out of Suncorp. It's too big.
They played there on the weekend and couldn't fill it.
It's too big.
As I said, every game other than the Big Blue was under 9,000.
Yeah.
It's just terrible.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's just sad to see.
Especially with the Women's World Cup coming.
Yeah. Exactly right. And that's half the issue as well.
I mean, you'll watch as well in the month prior to the World Cup, attendance figures will go up.
Yeah.
Attendance figures will go up.
Yep.
And in the month to 2 months preceding afterwards, towards the back end of the season, numbers will sit there.
Yep. If you haven't got your tickets to that as well, I know they are on sale, so be sure to go get your tickets for the Women's World Cup next year. Support the girls. It's important. More so just for Australian football in general, as a whole. It's got nothing to do with friggin' race or sex. It's for Australian football as a whole. You need to get there. You need to get behind the girls and fill those stadiums in the World Cup. Because at the end of the day, if you guys can't fill it for the women, there's no way in hell we'll get one for the men.
That's right.
It's that simple.
People will be watching they'll be watching it like a hawk.
Yeah. Yep.
If we don't show support and fill those stadiums, again, as Josh mentioned, they won't even dream of bringing a men's World Cup here.
Yeah. And that's even a merger. If we thought of a merger between New Zealand or something like that,
Irregardless,
there's just no way they'd do it. And they would know that we would get more people to the men's games. They would just go, that's a given. But at the same time, they want sellouts for every game, regardless. And if you can't get a sellout, in a game, we're not expecting sellouts for the women's games. Jesus Christ, if they're playing in a 30,000 seater stadium, it's got to be at least 20,000 full.
Yeah,
at a minimum.
And we argue about us making a bid for the World Cup. There are too many factors.
Yeah, exactly.
The reason why we didn't get the one that, what was it meant to be, Qatar?
Yeah.
The reason why we didn't get that is because we didn't bribe them enough.
That's right.
Again, it's a popularity contest as well. If we're going to pay their people.
Right. That's exactly right. Bloody hell. Friggin' nose is blocked as shit. Anyway, guys, other than that, that's pretty much us this week. As I said, if you haven't got your memberships yet, be sure to go and do so. Join, be one of the 6,000 at least. Let's try and bump that number up to at least 10,000. There's no reason why any club, no matter who it is, any club, they all should have at least 10,000 members, minimum.
We generally sit between 8 and 10. It's dropped off in recent years.
Yeah, that's what you do. They're probably all gone to the coast with Laurie.
To be fair, what I'd like to do is when official numbers are announced,
yep,
I'm going to do a little bit of spreadsheety shit. And I'm going to pull up membership numbers from 2017 running into the grand final in 2018,
Yep.
and every subsequent year after that until now, and see what the difference is.
There you
So
go.
I can prove on paper with numbers just how fickle the Jets fucking supporters are.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. If you haven't liked us on Facebook, be sure to go do so at Crossbar Capers on Facebook. If you haven't liked us on YouTube or Twitch is the other one I was thinking of, be sure to go and do so. Instagram, we're on Instagram as well. Spotify, be sure to jump over there and like us on Spotify as we do upload our podcasts to there. If you guys like to watch them in the car or at work or whatever if you don't get time to watch them live like now, be sure to go do that. As I said, Gabriel Marr, optometrist at Jesmond. Be sure to go see those guys if you are local to the area at Jesmond. Great bunch of guys. They'll sort you out, no problem at all.
Oh, apologies. That's not on silent.
Wow, that was loud. Right in my earlobe.
That's because it's right here on my desk.
These days, you go in there on a Saturday, you mention Crossbar Capers, you'll probably see my wife, because she works there these days. And,
Yeah, that she does.
So she'll know exactly what you're talking about, and they'll hook you up with a good discount on whatever you guys need, whether it be sunglasses or prescription. No dramas at all there. Other than that, as I mentioned, guys, Save the Humans. Be sure to go check out those guys on Spotify and everything else. Yes. Why is your hands like that?
Because I've just realised I haven't recorded this episode.
Everyone give it a clap.
That's alright. Once it's processed on YouTube, I can download the VOD from YouTube and take the audio from there. It just means that it's...
It's alright, we're just chucking a Paramount Plus. It's all good. We're fine. We'll get there. No stress.
Here's the thing. When they start getting uploaded to Anchor, it's going to be like the first 3 episodes going up at once. Because I haven't put one up yet.
Have a clap, ladies and gentlemen. Benno.
We're getting a backlog going. We've got more podcasts than played games this year.
Yeah, there we go. There you go. He's come back. What was I say? Yeah, as I said, guys, Save the Humans. Be sure to go check those guys on Spotify. I am in the talks with the boys. We're going to try and get at least one of the boys on to talk about their upcoming gigs and everything else, and possibly looking at doing a bit of a giveaway later in the year to one of their gigs in December, which I will be in attendance for. It's going to be a ripping gig down at the Newey Hotel. I think it's early December, so yeah, we'll try and get a double pass to go to get along to see the boys there and a few other bands that are playing on the night as well. So that's for that. Be sure to go check out Benno, as we said, on Corner Flag Games. He does plenty of FIFA content throughout the week and so forth. So jump on that. Go give him a subscribe. Be appreciated. Other than that, that's pretty much us. Not much to talk
Resign?
about.
I can't resign Noopy. If I don't do it, he sure as shit don't know how to do it.
Nope.
He's always left that side of it to me.
Can't resign. Fuck that.
You listen to him on Spotify? Alright, I'll make sure I get him up for you, Matty. I'll get them all out by the end of this week. So you can binge 3 in a row. Or 2 in a row.
As I said, guys, share it around. We are, again, we're no professional podcast. We try our best to try and get here every week just to have a bit of a chat, talk about the week that was. We are definitely going to try and set a standard. It's something that we want to do, not that we should do.
Yeah, things are about to become a hell of a lot more structured.
Yeah. So we're just trying to juggle that, families and everything else that goes on in life, which I'm sure a lot of you people understand. So we are.
Oh, really, Luke? They've just done an update for FIFA. I knew about that they'd updated, that they'd put us through an update, but apparently it fixes the A-League kits for this season's. Fuck yes! Oh, no.
Yes, I have, Matty.
No. They can't do that. Because I've got Western United's Awakening in my Ultimate Team on PS5. You know the one with the fucking thingo lines down the middle?
Yeah.
From last season?
Have they fixed the Australian women's side in the fucking game?
To what was wrong with it?
They're not in the game.
Really?
They're international women. They're Australian.
I didn't notice.
How can you play Sam Kerr on the cover of the fucking bloody game, but you can't play as Australia as an international women's team?
I did not know that.
Again, correct me, it may be changed by now, but I know 100%. I forgot to tell you about it. I do remember sitting, sort of just jogged my memory then, talking about kits. But yeah, go and have a look at it. If again, Luke or one of the boys, if it has changed, fantastic. But I 100% when I first logged into the game, they were the one things that I checked, and they're not there. They weren't there. If they are.
What I'm interested to find out is if you can actually get women's international jobs.
Timmy Woods, welcome, my friend.
Timmy!
Love it. Love it. It must be friggin' like some sort of barrier. He comes in right at the fucking end of our shit.
Or right at the start. You know why? Daylight savings now.
Yeah, true. Very, very true. They haven't, Josh. Yeah, there you go. So
that's poor.
You can't play. You can play everyone else. Actually, no, you can't play New Zealand. I don't think you're in it.
Matildas are on easy level only. Guess what? You can play with half the Australian women's side anyway. You just do a fucking women's Premier League side.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. You're trying to play an international with the World Cup coming. The World Cup's going to be here before friggin' the new EA fucking. You would imagine.
EA Sports FC.
Yeah, you would imagine.
Yeah, that's not until FIFA 24 in quotation marks.
Yeah. So you gather that that's still not going to be released until October-ish next year.
Yeah, September, October.
Which means the World Cup's going to be long gone by then.
Oh yeah.
And yet the country hosting the Women's World Cup can't even play them. Go for sort your shit out.
I think a lot of that agreements in regards to licensing and shit like that will.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Because EA can do what they want.
Perhaps. Why not? Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap it up there. As we said, we do thank you guys for jumping on and listening to us for roughly an hour. It is muchly appreciated. Be sure to go support the boys this weekend, as long as it doesn't absolutely friggin' team down between now and then. We can't get on the pitch. An hour's waterlogged. We should be fine. I don't think there's going to be much water between now and then, so we should be right. So get along, support the boys. As I said, big shout out to Tess for a new signing and all the other girls that have signed.
That fucking time.
It's been fantastic, and it's looking good. The women's side's looking good, which is great. Honestly, I think we've got bloody Gary Van Egmont to sort of thank for that, being in the background and looking for players that he feels is going to fit us well. So that definitely helps.
This is a no-brainer.
Yeah, she didn't want to go anywhere else. She wanted to be home with the family. So
yeah,
it'd be crazy letting her go to the coast or Sydney or wherever. So, yeah. Other than that, I might see you on Saturday at the game. If not, enjoy it wherever you're watching it. Go easy on Paramount Plus if you're watching it there. I'll get there. And other than that, we'll catch you guys next week with hopefully, pardon me, some more content. Hopefully get somebody on here to talk with us, whether it be past player or something along those lines. We are trying to sort that out, which would be great. But other than that, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks again for joining. Thanks again, Benno.
Always a pleasure, my friend.
As Benno said, we heard it here first. He'll try and get those 3 updated before their next episode. So come next week. If we haven't heard, if no one's seen anything on Spotify and that, feel free. Let him know. He'll tell you all to go fuck yourselves, but you know.
Yep.
That's the way he rolls, unfortunately. So no worries, guys. Take it easy. Enjoy your football wherever you're watching it this weekend, and we will see you guys next week. And as always, because we'll just blame the coast and their shitty ground. As always, we hate
coast scum.
Need that button again, better. We need that button. Need to get me sorted.
Yeah, I'll have to chuck it on.
Save us doing it. Anyway, guys, take it easy. We'll speak to you soon. See ya.
Bye.